fair.
Qwan also has $50
now
in there
it's
because
extra
Carlos
motivation.
didn't win last month. So it's $550 minimum. Now we're starting there for October. Anyways, appreciate the friendly wager. And it obviously should have been probably a 1-run win. But Chris Taylor had different dynasty. Is that the word? Destiny. There we go.
Yeah.
Destiny. I'm still a little bit tipsy. The Perrier.
You're tipsy on that win. Well, you know what? It's hard to win a game when you go like 0 for 12 with runners in scoring position. So
It's true.
hey, Cardinals just didn't bring the bats. So it happens.
It does.
But you know what? Okay, so baseball season is now officially over for me. So NFL all the time.
Do you
So
bet
I'm
any
gonna go
baseball
ahead and play
playoffs ever or no?
No, I don't. I mean, I can only focus on one thing at a time. I really can. I mean, when it's NFL season, I just kind of put baseball aside. I can't multitask like that.
Fair enough. Yeah,
So,
it's tough. I mean, even this year, I
okay.
just decided not to do baseball at all. So that happens. Too many things
And
going
baseball
on.
it's such a grind too.
It's so long.
It really is. I mean, come like the end of August, I'm just done with it. I'm ready for something else. So.
Yep, I'm with you,
NFL
man.
it is.
So hit us with NFL then. Yeah, what are you liking?
Okay. I'm actually going with a prop in the Chiefs-Bills game. I already put down the Chiefs -2.5, which it's back to 3, which I thought it would be. But I'm going with Dawson Knox, the Bills tight end, over 33.5 yards receiving.
Is this the similar play early on you were doing against? No, it was against Baltimore Ravens. You were betting on tight end overs, I think it was. So is this a similar angle, just Kansas City defense?
Yeah, and I mean the fact that Dawson Knox, over his 3 out of the 4 games, he's far exceeded this total. And if you look at the Chiefs' defense against I don't have it in front of me, but I know not the Phillies, the Eagles. Basically, every team they've played, the tight end has had a huge game. And I mean, this total just seems way too low based on what Knox's receiving yards have been game by game this year and what the Chiefs have given up game by game this year. Plus, I mean, the total's at 56, 57. You know there's going to be a lot of offense. I don't see any way that he doesn't surpass this total.
33.5?
Yeah, at BetOnline.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that, and I saw 34.5, just making sure we can give you that at -110. I don't disagree.
Yep.
Look, there's definitely a way he doesn't. Like, if he only catches 1 or 2 passes, he gets hurt. It's not a lock, so no one go crazy. But you're right. If you look at the recent sample.
Though.
Some of us can, actually.
Well,
those that can lay
that.
Dodgers run lines in wild card games. All right,
well,
I'm going to stop needling
you know why
you
Reyes
about it.
entered that game at the end, though? Because Gallegos, he had a nail issue. He would have pitched. He would have continued to pitch if he wouldn't have had a nail issue. That may have changed the whole game.
You think he would have just
if the Dodgers
gone
win the
another
World
inning?
Series, it's because Gallegos had a nail issue. So just remember that, okay?
On your tombstone, Patrick, it's just going to say it was a nail issue. And then you can put that on there.
What was it yesterday?
I will die on that sword. I will die on that hill. Emotional risk management.
Emotional risk management. We'll have a
You bet on the
tombstone
team
for every
that
Patrick
you're
call.
not a fan of. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, just let me know how I need to send in the money. So
I will. It's really your preference. It doesn't matter to me. But you can hit me up in DM and we'll settle it up. Appreciate it, Patrick. We'll talk to you later on.
Bag of 5,000 pennies. All right, see you guys.
He should ship that in a box. That would be pretty good.
You know, he probably would have won if he came out here and you went to the game.
I don't think that would have changed anything, actually. I just had to think it through. But, yeah, I'm pretty sure his presence wouldn't have helped them play better.
Listen, man, variance. You never know.
I don't think you know what variance.
I have no clue. We got
I just got some bad information and news. Everyone bear with me.
Ty, what's going on, man? What's your play today? I'll take it over.
Yo, what's up? I'm trying to bet yes first inning in White Sox Astros before they throw the first pitch.
Oh, they haven't thrown it yet?
I mean, I'm in the car, but I don't think so. I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. You're safe.
Let's see.
You're still good.
I got plus 115 at my offshore.
All right, we'll give you that. Plus 115. You want the yes?
Yes, sir.
All right, just double checking. You're in. We'll give it to you. They just threw the first pitch. You're in. I'm pretty sure we'll count it. But well done. I respect it in the car, getting it in before the game starts. Locked in. Appreciate it.
Thank you. See ya.
Yeah, was it a ball? I'm looking at like a live first inning total. It's now minus 110. I know we need to have the show up on this screen. We put the game up over here. I guess we're not allowed to do that though, huh? Because of whatever it's called. We got to put it on one of these. But I'm watching the live line of this first inning total now. He's ahead already by 20 cents. It's minus 105. I'm not sure why, but he got it in. We'll give it to him. All right.
We got Jamie in Atlanta. He's going to ring me because the bet yesterday, I didn't bet it. I don't think it was up on my site. So.
Why wouldn't it have been up on your site?
Listen.
Like, this guy's lost too much. He's due to win the next one. We got to pull KBO off the screen.
It was like that for the one on whatever today is, the day before. Like, it was Hanwha or something like that. I didn't see it. But, Jamie, you're on.
Jamie, did it win?
Preston.
It had to have won, right? Because Qwan couldn't bet it.
It won.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Of
That's
course
amazing,
when I'm
actually.
sitting here sweating it out this morning for Qwan, I didn't care that
He
much.
didn't even know he didn't have
I
it.
really want to win. I really wanted to win for Qwan so I could come on and talk about it. And then I come on here, and I'm like, Qwan, we got it home. He's like, man, I passed out at 9:30. I didn't bet it.
Maybe the site was waiting until closer to first pitch, Qwan, and then you did fall asleep too early. I'll say this, though. He is now 0-1 when he bet your KBO, and the 3 times he didn't, they all won. So really he's 0-4, which is hard to do, but we'll keep it up. Do you have more KBO tonight?
I do not. I didn't have any significant interest tonight. So, I can't even give him a chance to get it. Maybe tomorrow night.
I even told him to triple down by the end of it. I said go 2, at least double, but 3x what you normally would bet. Chase it all. You would have won it, Qwan.
He would have been back to square.
It's a sign. It's a sign that I shouldn't be betting things.
I think it's a sign the next time he has one.
It's a sign that he needs more outs. You gotta get
He needs more outs for sure. Also a sign that you probably need to be tipping him for staying off your KBO.
Probably,
I don't know, like a 5% free roll to stay off. Yeah.
Push season.
Oh, man. Well,
you looking at football?
Preston, I need to throw this. Yeah. Well, I'll throw this by you before that. So I have Brave season tickets. I know you got a shot at Dodger season tickets. So waited for you guys to get through. But if we end up meeting up, you want to come out to Atlanta, just let me know.
I could probably swing a trip to Atlanta. Look, you guys are like plus 140 against the Brewers. And what's the price on the series? Do you know?
I don't offhand.
I'm going to look it up right now. Just give me a second. You guys are plus 120, 125, that range it looks like. I hope it happens now. I have another good friend that lives in Atlanta, so it'll be an excuse to visit him as well. I'll take you up on it, though. We'll make it happen.
Tom Davis is pulling for it.
That's true. He's the biggest Dodgers fan that lives in Atlanta. I'm not sure how or why, but I think he's just super invested in L.A. From as far as like World Series futures and stuff. But that sounds good to me.
That's what I gathered as well. Yeah. All right, cool. All right, yeah, I'll go quickly. Give me some football. I'm looking Wyoming under. I bet it at 49 earlier this week. I know it's moved a little bit, but as long as I can get at least 48, I'll take that.
It's like 46.5 or 46 now across the board.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. There was a big move
this morning, I think.
It's been 46.5 since like the 5th.
Oh, really? I missed that.
Maybe there was a couple 47s left, but yeah, the 48s are long gone.
All right, no, that's fine. All right, just give me UVA money line tonight.
Oh.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday.
UVA money line?
I like the Wyoming under better. Yeah, I like the Wyoming under better. Got a bigger edge there, but I still think UVA wins tonight.
You're talking about the UVA Louisville game?
Yeah.
That's on
tomorrow.
Saturday, but I can still give it to you.
Gosh, what am I doing? All right.
You're just like
UVA
loving that you want to
Louisville.
bet for Qwan and KBO. You don't care about anything else. You can still use it for your bet, though.
What I did.
Plus 120.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'd still rather lock it in now than wait.
Yeah.
It's been moving a little bit.
All right. So plus 120.
Yeah,
We'll lock that
let's
in
go
on
with that.
Virginia, and then you can pick something else for the weekend tomorrow, too.
Yep, that sounds good. All right.
All right.
Catch you guys tomorrow.
Take it easy. See ya.
We got Paul from Tuscaloosa in the comments says he's teasing the Browns and Seahawks.
Oh, no. Look, the Seahawks game tonight, do we have a little graphic you put together for the NFL? We can just post it. It's 2.5 most places. This will also be the day one betting extraordinaire question today. We had some pushes yesterday. I think it's Alec and Tom that have a day 3 pass now. They pushed the Cardinals' first 5 pick. I think we'll just go pick a side, pick a total today for who wants to be a betting extraordinaire, and everyone can call back in and take a shot at the 25K. But we'll go 2.5. And I think for the extraordinaire, we'll go 53.5 for the total. But there are some 54s. It's a mix of the two. So, yeah, I'm fine. We'll tease Seattle for him to the 8.5. And then he said the Browns, right? Let's make sure I have an updated number on Cleveland. All right. Well, yeah, we'll just do 8 for the Browns. That's the best. Yeah. So 8.5 and 8. 2 dogs. I don't hate it. Seattle won tonight, and then the Browns getting 8 against the Chargers. It feels good.
We got
through the key numbers.
Joey's up.
Joey, how's it going, man? Welcome back to the show.
I'm good. What's going on?
Nothing. We are celebrating, getting ready for some football now tonight and through the weekend. What are you looking at betting?
So I want to go to Saturday night, Wilder versus Fury. I want to take over 7.5 total rounds.
Break this down for us. I don't follow UFC at all, but tell us, what's the angle here?
Well, it's boxing. It's
boxing. Okay,
not
there you go.
UFC. So, heavyweight.
Oh, wow.
2 of the best in the world. 3rd time they're fighting, so they know each other's tendencies. I think it'll go over 7.5. Maybe a late knockout, but you never know with heavyweights.
I think I could step in for this one. I do an MMA show.
I'm just accustomed to telling people I don't follow UFC that I just said UFC. But I do know that Tyson Fury is a boxer. I will say this though, it's moved up. Like you can get it's 7.5s are like minus 135 some places, but there's one spot that still has minus 120. So I'll give you that price. Qwan, step in.
I know DraftKings has minus 115. So if you want.
Well, that's weird because on the screen, that's the only book on the screen I'm using right now that doesn't have a total listed. I can look in the app. But for some reason, that shows a price minus 295 plus 235, but it doesn't show the total. I'll check it out while Qwan wants. Apparently, Qwan has a hammer time Qwan fade.
This is so at around 4 p.m. Pacific time, MMA Labology with Mike the Mad Lab, Irato, Anthony Bush-Basilio. We talked Wilder Fury on Tuesday, and they are of the belief that if it goes into the deep rounds, it's going to be Fury. Fury's a pure boxer. He's a great boxer, and they say that when you're going fighter versus boxer, you always want to take the boxer. And I think Wilder's punching power is always the factor, but you saw in the last fight that Fury took his best shot, and he got up. I don't think it flash knocked him out or anything. He was recouping when he was on the ground. He got up and he finished strong. So I think you're going to see a bit of the same thing. I like Fury too, so I'm sorry if I jinx you, Joey. But I like Fury in the fight too. I don't think that Wilder, he made all the excuses last time, and I think Fury's in his head, and that's what you're going to get from the outcome. I don't see him overcoming anything.
By the way, I looked it up. It is minus 115 on the app, so we'll give him that price. No problem there, Joey. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, and I do agree. I think Fury's going to win too, but I'm not laying minus 290 with that because Wilder does have crazy power. But
Cool, man.
I think it'll go over 7.5.
This is in Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena on Saturday. Probably some people that will be there that are famous in the front yelling. I don't know how it usually works, but there's always the few famous people in the front.
Like Jay-Z.
They get security'd in, yeah.
Yeah. Fury or Wilder's going to come with like 90 pounds of armor. You know, some fun stuff.
Yep. All right, Joey, we'll talk to you later on, man. Good luck this weekend.
All right.
See ya.
All right, thanks.
We got Jim from Philly.
How's it going, Jim? Welcome back to the show. What are you looking at for today or for the weekend?
Going to stick to the NFL this weekend in a game that I can't be biased on as an Eagles fan. Giants-Cowboys. I'm going to go with the Giants. And since you just added 500 to the prize pool, I'm going to take Giants money line here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, it's at 550. Carlos Qwan thing. Quan's in 50. So 550 at least. We'll probably do a challenge or two eventually as well to try to get it up a little bit more. That's what, yeah. Sevens. I can give you a 7 flat. There's definitely a 6.5 out there now. So it's pushing that direction potentially. Interesting. I think there was a few people that called in earlier and one laid it with Dallas at 7. And then definitely multiple teasers on the show this week using Dallas from 7 to 1. I have no opinion. I think it's aligned pretty fairly, but I do think you have to be pretty confident that Dallas is still undervalued to be laying 7 at home in a division rivalry game against the Giants. It's like kind of adjusted for, in my opinion. I think we all were a little bit low on Dallas entering the season. Now it's adjusted, maybe even too far. Interesting. All right. I'll lock it in for 7. I think if I had to do a whole picking it aside in every NFL game, like I'd probably take the Giants. That's my sense. So I kind of agree with your side.
For some reason, the Dallas defense is getting some kind of media recognition for being 30th in yards per play and 31st in passing. They're so bad against the pass that teams don't even run on them when they probably can. Also think taking Parsons off the edge was a colossal mistake for them and moving him off ball. I don't know why you would take dominant edge rusher off the edge and move him to a spot where he's not in every play. And Daniel Jones is red hot. He's getting Sterling Shepard back this week. I think they're going to hit a lot of big plays on this defense. And in a division game, I think they could pull it out.
All right. I like the breakdown, Jim. We'll lock that in for you, man. Good luck this weekend. We'll talk to you later.
All right.
By the way, Qwan, I had to just look because our boy, Danny Dimes.
Are you giving him the name now?
He's red hot.
He's red hot.
He threw for 2 TDs and 1 pick. The game before that, he threw for 0 TDs. And the game before that, he threw for 1 TD. And the week 1 game, he threw for 1 TD. He's red hot with 4 TDs through 4 games.
Listen,
I'm sorry, Jim, but I had to look it up. I was like, all right, let's see. Like he's throwing 1 TD a game.
That's for him. That's red hot.
It was a good. I know that's our friend Danny Dimes got the nickname before he was even good. 1 overtime win, I guess, against the Saints and a comeback. So he did throw for 402 yards. It was a good game. He had to come from behind.
Alec from Ohio says he's taking the 49ers +5.
That seems to also be the right side. No one wants to get bothering with them now with the Jimmy G stuff. There's a 5.5. We can give them 5.5. There's a couple 5.5s left. But there's also some 4.5s. So for what it's worth, you can shop around and get a full point different there, no matter which side you like. One of our, I don't think it was Jim, but someone, could be. Who's the big Arizona Cardinals guy? It is Jim. Okay. He's been right so far on a lot of the Arizona stuff. So, although I kneeled him about Danny Dimes, he's been spot on about the Cardinals. All right, who's up next on the call? All right, go ahead and patch Hunter through. What's up, Hunter? How are you doing?
What's going on, man?
Nothing. We're just hanging. What are you looking at to bet for tonight, or are you looking at the weekend?
I'm gonna look at a prop. I'm gonna do Joe Burrow's over 2 touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns.
Is it a push on 2? Let me look it up.
I thought it was 1. Yeah.
The 1.5 or 2?
The 1.5.
QB props. Joe Burrow over 1.5 minus 150. Yeah. Okay. So you win if it lands 2. You got 2+. We can lock you in for that. What's
Right.
the angle here? Just you think they're gonna have to throw a bunch because it's Green Bay?
Yep, that Joe Mixon's kind of banged up, so I don't think they'll be running that much. And yeah, I think it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I know Bengals is like top 5 in right now in D or the 5th or something, but they haven't really played nobody to me, and I think A-Rod's gonna light them up, which is gonna have them down and passing.
I think T. Higgins also returned to practice Wednesday. I'm looking up right now. It was limited, but he is expected to make some sort of return, depending on how healthy he is come Sunday. So that helps for sure. But yeah, we'll lock you in.
Okay, cool. Quick question, man. So this is my first month playing this. How do you win and what do you win?
So you win by basically just having the most profitable month of any of the colors. So there's like a leaderboard.
Okay.
Quan had an updated one yesterday, but there's a bunch of like 4- and 3-way ties still. So we'll get one with everyone's names up. But the last 2 months, Tom Davis, regular caller, he's just had the best record, the best ROI, most units won each month essentially. So you can take shots on underdogs if you need to later in the month to play catch up. You kind of have to just, depending on how things are going, roll with it. But for now, it's early in the month. Just try to pick some winners. And we basically just do random shit to add money into the prize pool that just comes out of my pocket. Like the 500 I won off of Patrick, that'll go in for October. Qwan lost a bet last month for $50, so that's in for October. That's $550. We'll see. We'll probably get it to like 700-800 with some challenges the rest of the month. But at least $550 for sure in October so far.
Okay, cool. And then the other show, the Betting Extraordinaire, that's like it starts over every Monday, right?
It starts over every time all the contestants lose, and it goes back. Like, so for today is day 1. Anyone can call in today because yesterday there were no winners of the 4 that were on day 3. So we regroup back to day 1, and we just keep running it.
Right. Okay, cool, man. I appreciate you.
No problem at all. Appreciate it. Take it easy.
All right, brother. Yep. You too.
I throw on some money.
Yeah, I mean, you were laughing at the chat. I don't know. Am I extra red today?
No. We got, apparently there's a New York Giants fan in here. Jimmy L says, first of all, guys, Danny Dimes' INT was an end of half Hail Mary. He also threw a.
It's true. He hadn't thrown an interception all season.
That got changed.
I wasn't knocking on a pick anyway. I was knocking on he has 4 TDs through 4 games and he's red hot.
Jimmy
Interception
L
or
don't care
not?
about none of that.
Yeah, but he is right. I know the play he's talking about. And I remember the announcer or the red zone guy, Scott Hansen, whatever his name is, saying, "Hey, first interception for Daniel Jones." And I was like, "Oh, that sucks because it doesn't even count. He just heaved one up," which happens sometimes.
We got another comment. Why is a 14th ranked Notre Dame even against an unranked Virginia Tech?
Well, you want to look at Notre Dame football? We can talk Notre Dame football. Look, we liked Cincinnati last week. They were laying points on the road against Notre Dame. Now, I know Cincinnati's better than Virginia Tech, but let's just look. Florida State finally got their first win this year, lost an FCS goal. I mean, they played Notre Dame into overtime. Notre Dame barely beats Toledo at home the following week. They beat Purdue. Then they have the weirdest box score of all time against Wisconsin. It was one of the weirder final scores. Dig into that box score. Notre Dame isn't any good. Faded them against Cincy, and Cincinnati basically took their foot off the pedal, up 17-0 in the 4th, and Notre Dame scored a couple times. But look, Virginia Tech isn't bad, but Notre Dame, whether they're ranked 14th or not, look, AP coaches poll rankings don't mean much of anything. I honestly didn't even know until just now. I looked that Cincinnati's ranked 5th now, if I'm seeing this correctly. Like, that's kind of crazy to me, but congrats, good for them. Maybe they actually got a shot, which was the whole convo over the summer. Can they make it to the playoff if they have road Indiana, road Notre Dame wins and go 13-0, and some other teams lose like Ohio State, Clemson, Oregon? Cincinnati might be super live, by the way, which we talked about. Is it worth it, 200-1 or whatever the price was? Anyways, back to let me pull up my sheet. I'm going to look up the Virginia Tech Notre Dame projected spread for me. And I can tell you if I really disagree much either direction, but it's probably about fair. I think I had them pretty close. Look, Notre Dame's a little bit better than Vautech, but they're playing on the road. That's still worth something this day and age. I believe Vautech is coming off of a bye, which also is a little bit of a bonus, if I recall. Yes, they are. Really the week before that was a bye. They played an FCS team, so it doesn't really count as a bye, but you get my gist. They've had a lot of time and extra rest to play this game, and all right, I'm almost ready. While the world has Notre Dame 14th, they're 21st in my numbers, so they're not even a top 20 team this year. And Vautech is 32nd. So, look, I think Notre Dame probably should be a small favorite. I just looked at my numbers, but not enough for me to fire. So that's where I'm at with everything considered. Honestly, that under Notre Dame season wins we talked about over the summer probably should have cashed already anyway. But, yeah, it's interesting to see a couple spots Virginia Tech's -1, a few spots Notre Dame is -1. But I think it opened at Notre Dame -3.
We got Brian from New York.
What's up, Brian? How are you doing? Welcome back to the show.
Hey, Preston. How you doing?
I am doing well. What are you looking at for today?
All right. What I think I want to do is take the Dodgers to win the World Series, but I believe it's expected to end in November, so I'm just going to take each individual series. I had the Dodgers last night.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was, and I'm hoping to take them today. I think it's -155 was the best I saw for the series line.
I'm looking to see if I can see it on a screen. Usually series lines aren't really on the old helpers, especially Dom Best is a mess now. So let's just look at one. Yep, I do have it here. Just give me a minute. There was a MLB series price. I will be able to give you the best one. Dodgers -155, which is I think what you said, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
Cool. We will lock you in for that. And I'll double check, make sure Qwan realizes this is a series bet on the Dodgers. So this won't actually grade for, a week and a half, 2 weeks, whatever it is. So we'll just I'll make sure it gets counted for the month. But yeah, not worth doing World Series yet. Just roll these over. It's probably the best way to go.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep. Cool, man. We will talk to you next time. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, go Dodgers.
That's right. I was going to say, obviously, I hope he's right, too, and the Dodgers take care of business. This is blood now, Giants-Dodgers.
We got Sarabo.
How's it going, Sarah? Welcome back to the show. Hit us with whatever you got today, football games, weekend. What are you looking at?
I'm going back to the bases, man. I want to do the first 5 under again tonight and the Rays Red Sox, please. This
is like the NBA first quarter playoff guy.
Waiting for it.
Now he's just firing first 5 unders without fail. Look, the one in the white, by the way, Ty's first inning bet lost because it's 0-0 in the second. Let's see. First half, it's just 4 across the board, and I'm guessing that's okay with you, right?
That's good with me.
I can give you -103 as the best juice, but yeah, so almost even money, but under 4. And yeah, Boston, Tampa Bay, we can lock you in for that, man. Good luck. Hopefully you just make another run. For people that aren't aware, Sarah, I think it was you won the first month in a chop and you won the second month outright, and there was a run of 6 straight NBA first quarter overs in the playoffs. He was firing and hitting. So let's go for 3 in a row on the first 5 unders for the diamond, and I kind of want Tampa Bay to win this series, so I'm just for whatever reason, I'm rooting for Tampa.
Thanks, Preston. Take care.
Yep. Do you have any opinion on Red Sox feelings? I don't know. For some reason, I just always find myself rooting against them, even no money or anything. And I'm rooting for Tampa. They're kind of they're the favorite, but they're the underdog because they usually spend less and they're more analytically savvy. And anyway, I'm hoping the Rays can get at least another pennant in the AL in their back pocket.
I'm over the Red Sox. Dominant after they won it in 2004. They've been pretty good, and I'm over it. It's like when the Yankees were winning in the early mid to early 90s or mid to late 90s. So it's whatever.
they kicked our butts in the World Series, so maybe that's part of it too. More recently, I'm like, there's something else now that I can't get behind it. I'm pulling up the White Sox-Astros game on my computer, by the way. I need to follow along, update people if anything interesting happens. Who's up next on the
Nick
line?
from Iowa.
How's it going, Nick? Welcome back to the show. What are you looking at?
Oh, you know me. We're going to look at a disgusting play. We're going to take Akron plus 14.5.
I saw someone tweeting about that game today. No, it was in an article. Purdom did an article on ESPN with Matt Metcalf, I believe, of Circa, who opened at 7. And they're like, yeah, I guess we were just wrong on that one. But look, Bowling Green's been a lot better than people anticipated. But are they really worthy of laying over 2 TDs now? Probably not.
Right.
So I'm with you on this one.
Yeah, I'll just say I'm obviously an Iowa Hawkeyes fan, but I'm actually a Bowling Green alum, so I do follow them pretty closely. And I will just say the Scott Leffler Bowling Green Falcons should not be laying over 2 TDs to any FBS team. I'll just put it that way. I can't support that. So yeah. Anyways, it's really that simple.
I'm curious now where I actually have this. Give me. Do you know what you do your own numbers if I recall, right?
Yeah, I do. I'm old school though. I just manually, tweak it every week. Just diving at each box score. It's not like a huge model thing or anything.
But where are you at for this game?
I have it 10.5.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure I'm right at 10. I just don't remember where I'm at.
Yep.
Give me 10 more seconds and I'll have it. I'm not even 10, man.
I mean, the other thing
I'm 9.6.
Not even.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's ugly, but you got to just fire Akron and pray. It's just one of those.
Exactly. Yeah. We're rolling with Akron, or we're rolling with New Mexico State this week. We're going to roll with the ugly ones.
Little money line round robin. We got to find one more ugly dog on the money line. I'm just kidding. All right, man. Appreciate the call. Talk to you next time.
All right. Sounds good. Have a good one. Yeah.
What were you doing with the remote? You were scaring me.
The TV. Do you
I
want
was like, holy cow, you're trying to turn me off. It's that bad today.
Do you want me to throw the game on? Do you not need to look at yourself?
I don't ever need to look at myself. That is for sure. Should we turn on the game over here? Because I am switching tabs a lot. I can't follow as closely. Let's turn on the game. We can take a few seconds.
All right, we got Christian from Oregon.
All right, Christian, welcome to the show. How are you doing today?
Doing great, especially after last night with the Dodgers. That was a miracle. Without taking I didn't put it on the show, but I did personally take Dodgers minus 1.5. So.
Wow, nice.
Yeah,
okay.
That was quite a feeling.
It was. I mean, it was an easy one, but yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
I wish they were all that easy, personally.
Yeah. But I'm going to go today, and I got a lot today, but I think the one I'm going to give for the show, I'm going to take USA, Jamaica, World Cup qualifier over 2.5 goals.
Would that be under UEFA Champions League? No. Maybe.
No, it'll be CONCACAF.
Thank you. There it is. I'm so bad at international and apparently boxing and UFC. What's the price you got on it?
I saw that it was over 2.5 goals. I got it at minus 120, but the last I checked, it moved to minus 130.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not even seeing minus 120s anywhere anymore. So you're probably on the right side. At least hopefully the move is good for your bet, but I can give you minus 130 if that's okay.
Yeah, totally
okay.
Fine. I feel pretty good about it.
Can you explain this one for the viewers, listeners, just because I have no idea what's the angle on this? Is it more just like a friendly, and so you're thinking there's going to be a bunch of goals, or what's the thinking?
It's not going to be friendly.
It's a qualifier, you said. Yeah, that's what
help us. Yeah, it's the qualifier to get to the World Cup. So there's definitely going to be some real play going. The way U.S. plays, Jamaica sucks. I can just tell you that. I feel pretty good that U.S. is going to smoke them by at least 2 goals. But don't underestimate U.S. to just give up something somewhere. Jamaica's going to get a lucky one because the U.S. was sleeping somewhere. So I feel like Jamaica's going to get at least 1 goal. But I think U.S. is probably going to beat them by at least 2.
Interesting. Looks like Jamaica is actually top 50 in the world now. They've been slowly climbing over the last decade. Don't underestimate the Jamaicans. That's all I'm saying.
Enough people say you know them can't believe. Jamaica, they got a bobsled team.
That is a great movie, actually. Everyone needs to go watch that now tonight. Hey, we appreciate the call, man. We'll lock you in on the minus 130.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys.
See ya. We got the game up. Thank you, Qwan. Ducking under the camera. What's up?
We got Carlos on. Carlos says we're popular. He can't even get through anymore.
Up you, Lur. You know what that's from?
I do not.
You really don't?
No.
All right, $100 if anyone knows what it's from in the next 30 seconds in the chat.
High School Musical?
Carlos, how's it going, man?
What's going on, Preston? Listen, I finally won on your show, Detroit. You know, I finally won. That's one win. But look what I did. I did my first home run props. I had Goldschmidt and Justin Turner at plus 380. Loved it.
Really?
Thank you, Dodgers. Thank you.
Some people think
You're
I'm
good for
related to
something.
Justin Turner. I don't know if you knew that.
You look very familiar. Yes, it could be like your long-lost cousin or something.
He has a little extra ginger in there, but we're pretty close. No, I'm good. I'm just telling you to look because it's been 30 seconds. Did anyone guess it in the chat?
No.
I offered $100. All right, I'll go 10 more seconds. All right, Carlos, what are you going to bet today, man?
So I wanted your pick your brain
Sure.
in regards to travel to over the pond for the Atlanta, the over the pond game. What is your mindset? I like the over. That's what I'm gonna pick today. The over 45. I wanted to know, do you have any insight in regards to traveling over the pond to play a football game? Does it take its toll on the players, or is there any type of reality to that?
Patrick, not
thought,
a surf.
that they're tired or anything like that.
Okay, so before I answer, Carlos, Patrick, your guess wasn't close. It's from the play Wicked. It's from Wicked.
Do I look cultured?
Google
enough to know
Wicked popular,
Yeah.
and she does this like pop up you Lur. It's like extremely popular. Everyone should know that. All right, Carlos. So I'll tell you this: the essence of the London game is that I'm pretty sure I'm like 1 in 15 lifetime betting that game. Actually, there probably haven't been that many. I can never win the London game. I feel like I've just intentionally passed the last few times. I do think it's kind of crazy now that the Falcons, although the reason part of this is that they're out Ridley, Gage, like they don't have any receiving weapons. But like they're 2.5 now some spots against the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And the Jets, they end up beating Tennessee. Tennessee kicked themselves multiple times, and Tennessee didn't have any of their receivers either. And it still went to overtime. Like, I don't want to necessarily buy the Jets. I still think they're pretty bad. For me, all I could do, it's not related to the fact they're all traveling to London. Look, they're all in a similar boat usually. There's no like historical something or other, by the way. There's 2 men now on for Houston. First and second, 1 out, bottom of the second, tied 0-0. But now that you just had 4 move down to 2.5, I'm not sure I agree entirely with that. Look, I've used the Falcons in teasers correctly. They haven't been very good, though, in general this year. This is probably the first time. Actually, no, we liked them. Hold on. I'm looking something up. We had them against the Giants, I think, right? Qwan, do you remember? Yeah, they were getting points against the Giants. Then we used them as a teaser option against Washington the last 2 weeks. First 2 weeks when they got blown out, wasn't even considering them. I don't know why the market really hates them, in my opinion. They shouldn't be under a field goal to the Jets. That's where I would look, but there's nothing now getting to your point. Is because they're going to London going to help my over? No, probably not. And you have 2 of the receivers out for the Falcons, so for what it's worth.
Right. Okay, cool. I appreciate it. Well, I'll take the over anyway.
I know you will. 45's the number. I can give you that. All right, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Talk to you next time.
Right.
See ya.
Got some updates. We got in the chat.
Oh, shoot. Right to the gap, but they got him.
Tone took the wagon again. Red Sox money line.
The wagon. Sharp. He should have just been doing this the whole season. He would have just probably won at least 2 of the months.
We got Houston Tulane over 60 from Shane. Pikachu said he's ready in 5 minutes. We got 3 callers, though. So
okay, we'll hit the 3 callers, then we'll hit Pikachu. Anyone else that calls in, apologize in advance. All right, who's up next?
We got Hayden from Dallas.
All right. Hayden from Dallas. What's going on, man? What are you looking at to bet tonight, the weekend? Where are you looking?
Yeah, I'll be real quick. NFL. I'm going to do a 3-team teaser.
Oh, no.
Seattle, Washington, and Cleveland.
You want the plus 160?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Seattle. Those are all going through 3, 4, and 7, I believe.
Yeah, I can give you 8.5. Cleveland, I can give you 8. What was the other one? Washington?
Washington, yeah.
I can also give you 8.5. Okay. 3-team teaser.
Nice.
You don't want to do a 10-point, right? You're just doing the 3-teamer at 6 plus money. Okay.
Yeah, just the 3-teamer, 6 points. Yep.
Beautiful. We will lock you in. Good luck, man.
All right, see you.
Take care. People really do love the teaser. Like since NFL started, I mean, it's fine. I know we didn't want to do parlays because that one month it just turned into a parlay fest. But teasers are fine. It's like a minus 110 range usually. He's doing the 3-team. It's a little bit plus money. But in general, people just love betting NFL teasers. It was whoever invented it. I forget who it was. Chris Andrews maybe claims that he invented the teaser. I feel like maybe I read that once. Regardless, whoever it was, just genius. Everyone bets them. It is what it is. Who's up next?
We got Cam from New Jersey.
All right, Cam. What are you looking at for tonight or the weekend? Football, baseball? Hit us with it.
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm definitely looking at some college. I wanted to know the best. What's the best? Are there any 3s left on West Virginia plus 3? I thought it'd go to 2.5 most places, but I was curious if any book that you see still has 3.
Yes, minus 113.
Minus 113.
Houston scored, by the way, up 1-0.
Minus 113 plus 3. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take West Virginia plus 3.
Any angle there? I'll tell you this. I know some other people that played West Virginia at the 3 too. So it seems like you're on the right side. I stayed away, but wasn't enough. But it was close. So I think I'm with you if I had to take a side.
Yeah, I just think I don't think Baylor's all that good, to be honest. West Virginia coming off that pretty bad loss at against Tech at home. I think they should be pretty focused here. I think they're the better team, better defense. I like their running game. And
all right, man. We will lock you in.
1.5 at home is also a little kind of looks fishy to me. So I'll go with West Virginia.
Cool. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you next time.
All right, man. Thanks.
See ya.
We got final caller is Ken from DC.
How's it going, Ken? Welcome back to the show. What are you looking at betting for tonight, the weekend, football, baseball? Where are you looking?
Today I'll take tonight's game. Give me Coastal with the minus 20.5 still. I know the quarterback is still questionable, but Arkansas State defense is so bad that even if the backup is in, he's going to want to run up some numbers, I think, just for his stat line.
That seems to be the sentiment across the board. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to know, do you think now, I mean, I'm on you with the Tulane under wins bet. Is now the time to buy low at minus 6.5, minus 7, you think, or no, they're still so bad?
You mean plus 6.5, plus 7?
That's right, plus 6.5, yeah.
So I had this convo actually with Pikachu, who's coming on to do a couple bets and a little interview in a minute yesterday.
Okay.
I'm going to try to find, he said, would Tulane plus 7 be a nibble? I said, yeah, honestly, the Houston result was pretty skewy last week against Tulsa. It's weird, though. Tulane's worse than my priors, and I loved their season wins under, which you alluded to. So maybe they are just this bad, but really plus 7's too extreme. And so that's kind of my general thoughts. But, yeah, he was thinking the same way as well. If you can get the 7, I know they're 1-4, and they're not as good as I think even I thought they were going to be. And I had under 5.5 as like my favorite season win total in the draft with Colin Wilson. So I hope that they stink, but plus 7. Houston's not as good as I think they're kind of on the surface record and win
that
results.
was my sentiment as well.
Yeah, I think you're on the right track.
As well. I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
No problem. Yep, take care.
Bye.
See ya. Did he want to lock that bet in? Did he give me another bet? I don't think he did, right?
He hung up, so I'm.
No, that's fine. I'm guessing I'll give him. There's not a ton of 7s left, but there's some that are like the juiced essence. I don't know. He'll hit the chat up. Hit the chat if you want. Either way, I'll give you the plus 7, assuming that's what you wanted to do. Is Pikachu ready? Cool. I have a question. The graphic, we don't need to put it up here, but it's still going to show on the show despite the game on, right? I just wanted to make sure people can see. Hopefully this man can talk and is audible. We can understand him. Pikachu, welcome back. How are you doing? Are you okay? Are you surviving? Physically, are you okay?
Physically, we hang in there, Preston. See, this is what happens when you start a segment on a show and you go 0-3 and you can't pay your bookie. Guys, fellas, this is where it turns out to be, all right? This is what happens when you blow it all trying to take UConn, trying to fade UConn year after year, and they find a fucking true freshman QB from Connecticut out of nowhere playing like he's like a redshirt junior. This is what happens, y'all, all right? So be careful out there, fellas.
All right. As he says this, you're looking at pretty ugly games. That's usually the essence of this segment. Tail ends, the biggest spreads each weekend, the lowest or the highest totals. You have 3. Let's start. We'll just go in rotation order. 307. Temple is getting 30, as high as 30 some places, but 29.5 most. You like the ugly dog against Cincinnati off their big win.
Yeah, Cincinnati, no question about it. Perennial G5 contender, defense, most categories ranking in the top 15, top 20. I like Temple for a few reasons. I think DeJuan Mathis has gone through a decent amount of his growing pains by now. They had, terrible showing against BC. They had warm-ups against Wagner. And it just really broke out, I feel like, last game. And this Temple offensive line, this Temple OL really grades out a decent amount. And if you watch that game, he's able to, I wouldn't say Mathis has pocket presence, so to speak. But I think he gets time. He gets time to look down the field to find certain plays. And along with the fact that Cincinnati on the defensive side, their passing defense, I would not say is elite. I would say it's quite up there. But if you give someone with talent a lot of time in the pocket, and your linebacker group is good, but it's not super great. The secondary is amazing, and the front four are fine. And then you add on top of it, the Cincinnati, they just don't play fast enough. I mean, they average what? They average something around, they average around like 70th to 80th in number of plays per game. So in order to cover 29 or to cover even 30, the implied score here is what, 42-12 Temple, given a total of 54. I don't think Cincinnati will get to 40 that easily. So 30 is an ugly number. They're coming off of a big win, off of beating Notre Dame, which, I mean, I don't even consider that a super big win. I think Notre Dame, most of us, know they suck, and the media just won't stop sucking them off. I'm not really concerned about that. But I think around 24-ish, 27 is decent. So if you're going to give me 30, I would take it.
Yep, there is a 30 on the board. Obviously not too significant relative to 29. It's not much of a key number. Look, there was some early wind and rain potential. It's really minimal set up for Saturday. I have an edge. If this Mathis stuff with Temple is right, I think the angle for me was just bet the over. Maybe if Cincinnati's flat off the big win, they give up an early score. But Temple scoring, 40 basically each of the last 2 games. Or maybe it was 34 against Memphis. But that's promising to at least some extent. I know Cincinnati's defense is way better than Memphis. But, yeah, I prefer over. It was 53.5 earlier in the week. It's basically 54 across the board. But that's basically a bet that Temple can get to 14 versus this current point spread. And I think they can get to 17 range. And then, Cincinnati needs to do their thing too. But I prefer over. But it is partially, I think, a bet on the dog too.
Just have to fade stupid defensive touchdowns and Warner bet stupid turnovers. If Temple fumble is in the red zone or some BS like that, then it's probably dead.
So we had a caller earlier today that called in. He wanted to take 14.5 with Akron against Bowling Green. I agree. There's mostly 14.5s left, but there are some that have started drifting to 14. The opener is like 7, I think it was. Bowling Green was laying 7 at Circa, and like obviously Bowling Green's been a lot better than people thought. You like the under though. It's only 46. There's randomly a 47 at a specific book. I'm not sure what the angle is there, but obviously 47 better than 46. What's your hope or thought on this? Do you like Akron as well? I think it kind of probably lines up with an under.
Yeah, I lean Akron too, plus 14.5. I don't think I like the side as much as the under though here, because mostly I just don't think Akron's going to be able to put up anything against this completely revamped and honestly kind of surprising Bowling Green defense. I mean, they just dominated everybody they played, and it's not like they played baby offenses either. They gave 22, 10, 10 to Minnesota, and 20 to Kent State. 20 to Kent State, who ran nearly upwards of 85 scrimmage plays, is 27 to Kent, off of like 80 plus plays in the MAC. I mean, that's pretty impressive in any given year, given the Kent State sort of like air raid offense they have going on. And the passing attack too. I mean, pass success, top 5 yards per pass, top 5 success rate on passing downs, defense top 5. Akron on the other end, I don't think they can score enough. I mean, 30 to 16 is what the spreads are telling us. They get to 14, I would say I don't see Akron doing it. I see definitely maybe one TD and maybe a field goal in there. But when you're only putting up 17 against Ohio, and that's just not good. I think I was pretty low on Akron coming into the year, and they sort of like did decently against Temple in week 2, and I remember writing down that, oh, hey, like maybe they have a pulse, maybe they're getting somewhere. They really have not. They run better than they pass is the only thing. So if this Bowling Green defense can be stout, can pack the box a little bit, I don't think the QB is going to get much done here. Give me 46 and a half. If you miss the 46s, it gets a little bit tight. But I also don't think Bowling Green is going to run up like 40 or 50 either. They play slower. The better team will dominate the game script. So I'll take the under 46, please.
All right. And last one, we'll wrap it up because we have like 3 minutes. New Mexico State, it's a bet that like everyone I know liked them over the 31. And I passed. I was just like, I get it. There's a huge move on them against San Jose State that was dead on Saturday from like 28 to 25. This is probably going to go down. There's a couple 31s left. I know you sent your plays in overnight, or maybe it's this morning. It was still some 31.5s. Those are just gone. So it's headed down. Give us your 2 minutes on New Mexico State. Knowing that I passed, I feel like I missed out, but all of you guys are going to win.
Yeah, having you off the game will give us a fighting chance.
You got an extra like 10% equity.
Very much there. Yeah, exactly. It's like about 10 to 15% extra EV on top. I just don't like this Nevada defense. I don't think this is a buy on NMSU. Although I will say, ever since that total embarrassment in week 1 against UTEP, which you kind of expect. We saw the same thing with UConn and ODU, the teams that opted out last year and didn't play any games. The rust on offense seems to have worn off. And if you're going to get into like a showdown, if you're going to get into like a passing showdown with like 60% pass rate against the Nevada defense, I think you can cover. I think you can cover 31.5. I think you can cover all the way up to even 28, really. Nevada letting in so many points to Kansas State and Boise just really tells me, and the way they grade out, they give the rush defense is trash. I think they're ranked 127th in the FBS on rushing success rate. They give a 55% to rushers, and that's really what NMSU can do. They don't pass that much. They pass a decent amount, but I think they're going to be really successful on the ground. I also lean the over here. 63 is a little bit high, but I think you get like a 40 45 to 20, 45 to 24 type game. So anything above the 30s is pretty good. And this goes back again. We've sort of beating a dead horse at this point. How many stops do you need? How many you need like a perfect game from Nevada to cover these 30s? Yeah.
In this game, if New Mexico State can get 2 stops, you're probably sitting all right. If New Mexico State somehow just doesn't score, then you're probably screwed. But I agree with you. Their offense, and you even remember, I'm not even just sticking up for the Steam Warning show we do, but one of the first bets that they gave on that show was, I think, the UTEP New Mexico State over. And I remember like mid-second quarter or like halftime, I was like, what the hell is going on? But New Mexico State was inside the UTEP 25 like 5 times and had 3 points. Like they just couldn't finish the drives. They kept going on fourth. They also missed a field goal, I think, maybe 1 turnover. But they were at least trying. I think they were like from an analytical points projected or expected standpoint, they're making the right decision. So it's kind of regressed back to where their offense probably is better than we at least thought going into the year and after seeing the UTEP game. So, yeah, if they can get to that number, you're for sure in good shape.
I think they run a lot of tempo. And they're just going to I think you're gonna be able to expose like this Nevada run defense. And actually they've had some explosive passing plays too. But yeah, just please, like the points per red zone trip, just please have it not be 0. Just anything above 0, man.
You're good now. Remember, I'm
anything
not on
above
this
0.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not on this one, so it's no big deal that we're gonna
PPRZT.
ugly ass dogs.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Anything above.
It's a new metric. Everyone can follow along, but usually my points per red zone trip is around 0. Pikachu, we appreciate it. We will hopefully catch you next week. I think you were audible and understandable enough. You're surviving. We will talk to you next week, man. Take it easy.
It's gonna be good. Take care, man.
Ugly games. I love talking about those ones. And Nick's been calling in betting the same games anyway, so it's just everyone's getting the ugly. Even the Steam Warning this week was yesterday if people missed it. Qwan was like, oh, wow, it's the UConn-UMass game. It was like 55. Now it's up to 57. Most spots, a couple 57.5s. Ugly games. People will be tuning in, refreshing the apps at least if you can't get a real stream. That'll be fun. Any last words before we go to day one?
Got Tom Davis, Bama first half, he put in.
Look, it never loses. I mean, why not? I think I can give him, I think it's still like 11.5. I can give him a 10.5. 10.5 minus 120. It's slightly better than 11. I don't know. Probably not, actually. Tom, I'm going to give you 11 because I think that's better than 10.5 minus 120. But if you really want 10.5 minus 120, let us know. Okay, we can change it. Anything else?
Paul from Tuscaloosa told me his 10-year-old son, is a huge Lions fan, and I'm trying to get him off that path right now.
Paul's trying, or you're trying now? It's like
I am. I just told him to.
It's like your life's mission.
Yeah, please find him another team. That's for anybody.
We want you to have a happy son in life. Yeah.
He needs to go on a better path than what he's heading on.
Detroit fan, not going to do it.
I wish somebody would have did that for me.
All right, we'll wrap it up. We appreciate all your calls. Appreciate Pikachu. We'll be back for one more day tomorrow. We'll go through all of the college football sides. I have to take a side in every single one. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific tomorrow, Last Word Cheetah. And also coming up in a couple minutes, Who Wants to Be a Betting Extraordinaire? Chance to win $25,000. It's day one. Phone lines are open to everybody. Try to ladder up. We'll have some fun. Talk to you guys soon.